everybody. Welcome to So Many Whatnots. I'm Willow, and this is my channel where I talk about quilting and sewing, but mostly quilting and mostly hand sewing those quilts. If you're new here, welcome. And if you have been here before, welcome back. So I always start with updates, and I just don't have any. This week was a very low key. I didn't do a ton of sewing. My hands have been hurting a little bit. I'm saying a lot today. Sorry. But so if you've been with me from the beginning, you know I have graves, and when my levels get to a certain spot, I have different symptoms. So if they're lower, I'll have certain symptoms. If they're higher, I'll have certain symptoms, and they're always fluctuating. And so I am hitting that point where my muscles are starting to randomly spaz and my bones hurt. I know that sounds really weird, but my bones will just literally hurt for no reason. And so that's where I'm at right now, is my bones hurt. So I haven't been doing a lot. And so like the farmer's wife, usually I do those in advance. And so I think I have 2 weeks worth to edit, but this week I only did one block because my bones hurt. And then I worked on some of my Bear Paw, but that's it. That's all I have for today. But as far as updates, let's see, I have my notes and I write them down, and there's nothing on this page. By nothing, I mean there's very little. Usually I have a ton of notes, but so the only thing I have is my kids had a 2-hour delay because it's cold out, and I'm cold. I woke up like this, literally. I wear a headscarf at night because I get really, really cold. And so I didn't feel like, putting my hair down and making it all nice. And not that it's nice, because it needs cut, and it's needed cut for 3 years. At least 2. Goodness, when did I cut my hair last? 2023 or 2024 maybe? I don't even know. It's been so long. So yeah, they had a 2-hour cold delay. But looking at the weather, I don't think it should be like that the rest of the week. So that's good. But it does put me back a little bit on Mondays when they have a delay, or not so much when they have off. Maybe a little bit because I sleep in. But yeah, when there's a delay, it does set me back a little bit. But that's okay because I get to sleep in, and I'm happy with that. Okay, so I think I want to start. Let me just mark stuff off. There was something I forgot to tell you guys last week. And because I wasn't marking stuff off, it was at the bottom of my page, covered up by my sticky note. It was like this. That's what I have to record, edit, and upload. And then I have it in Notion also, but this is just a quick look at what I have to do. So I don't have to open the program and everything if I don't feel like it. Okay, so, oh, I didn't get that block out. Hold on. Where is that? Oh, I was going to start with acquisitions anyway. Okay, so I'll just save that for later. I'm a little all over the place today, if you haven't noticed. Yeah, so, okay, my acquisitions. I got an embroidery stand, which I talked about last week. And that is this. And it's a great height for my desk. You can, no, you can't really see because my desk, but I really like it. It's going to be the perfect height for me. It moves up and down, other side. So this will be great. Now, there's one problem. It's a 9.5-inch hoop. And my my things are 10-inch squares. So obviously the problem with this is, oh, I have so much stuff all over the place. Oh, I had one out. It's on my ironing board, whatever. Like I said, it's Monday and I am really scatterbrained today. Okay, so the problem with this is these are just like too small for it. And so I did try to get it in there, but I can't get it nicely in there. So these are, oh goodness. Let's see if I can like actually get there we go. Okay, so these are 10-inch, but there's just not enough there to hold it in the hoop. And so I can't use it for the 10-inch squares. And I should have noticed that when I ordered it. I mean, it's kind of common sense that just went right out the window. But it is what it is. And I will be able to use it for my French General, which I'm really excited to work on. Probably no time soon because I have the garden friends. So, so I got this from Missouri Star, and they do have another one, but the reviews aren't great. And it's more like the one I have back here. So it's like, it's shaped like this one, but the wood and the mechanism is more like this one. And that's not great for my hands. The only thing, I only had one issue with this one. This wing nut is bad. I'm going to have to get a new one. And I didn't bother like emailing them or anything because it's just the wing nut. They're a few cents, you know, at the hardware store. So I figured out that it is the wing nut, not the screw. And so I just have to go get a different wing nut for this. So, no big deal is what it is. I could contact them and they would send me a whole new one. And it's just, you know, for one wing nut, I'll just go get a wing nut. So there's that. I just have those over there. Okay. Now the other thing I got, I saw this Dear Jane ruler set. And I'm going to open it. I haven't opened it yet. And I'm not going to need this for a long time. Well, I guess I could maybe use the small one. But this is by, oh, it's stuck on there. They got a little sticky tab. This is by Easy Quilting. And I did get it from Missouri Star. And on the back, there's instructions to use the triangle. Goodness, this worked better when it was in the package, didn't it? Okay, so the triangle. And that is for, let me grab that quick. I didn't think I would need this bin out today. Good thing it's close by. Okay, so if you look at the book, the triangles here on the outside. So that's what that one's for. Though I don't think it works for those corner triangles. I'm not sure how to do those. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm not done row A quite yet. Last week I showed these pieces and I took them off my board because I had to do a farmer's wife video. But I have not put this together yet. So I'm almost finished row A, which is just this very top row here. And there's 13 by 6, 8, 10, 12. So it's 13 by 13. And then you have all the triangles also. So there's something like 200 and some blocks, even though some of those are triangles. Those are in the back here. Yeah. So I got so excited to work on this. Okay. But then my hands started hurting and I had to do like what was necessary. And, you know, besides my levels, I think a part of it, oh, I need this out again. I think part of it is probably because I did so many of these and they are tiny, tiny pieces. And then I was also doing, I did a lot of Farmer's Wife that, this would be like 2 weeks ago. And those have really small pieces too. So, okay, now the next part of this ruler set, I'm just going to put this in my bin. I have my dear Jane bin. Put this one on here. It's this square, and I will use this quite a bit. This is 4.5. 1, 2, yeah, 4.5. So this is 4.5, and it does work well to like check your size on the blocks before you put the, what's it called? It's not, is it a sashing? I guess it would be, is it the sashing? You like, I don't know if you put it on every, I don't know if you put it on every side of every block. Oh, it doesn't tell you. I think what you do is put it around all 4 sides of the first one. And then as you put them together, you just do 3 sides. Well, I'm not going to go through this and read it and figure it out. But I believe the sashing, yeah, I think it's the sashing. You kind of do it as you go. So, like I said, these are good for making sure your sizing is right, which I do. If you watch The Farmer's Wife, I'm always checking the size at the end. Yeah, so, you know, like this looks good. So yeah, so that's useful for that. It is useful for making triangles and squares. So I may use it more than I think I will. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But so yeah, that is all I got this week. And that is all I have planned to buy. I know I said that last time, but I really don't need anything else right now. Unless I come up needing something for the Farmer's Wife, or maybe it's possible I won't have enough sashing material for Bear Paw. Which I'll talk about when we get to that, if I remember by the time I get to that. But for the most part, I think I am like, I don't need anything. I won't be shopping for anything. Like I said, I could buy a smaller tabletop hoop, but I think I'm just gonna like use what I have and get through the my brain, get through the Garden Friends embroidery, and then I'll do some embroidery on the French General. Oh goodness, guys. It is such a Monday. It is such a Monday. Oh goodness. And then I don't know. I would really like to do some videos on embroidery. So, oh, it's possible I may start like the French General sooner than later. I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, so I think I'm going to move on to the Farmer's Wife. I have my new favorite coffee cup. I think I showed you guys this last week. It might have been the week before. I don't even know. I can't keep track. Okay, so the Farmer's Wife. This week I did one block. So I have 3 in here right now. I think I have 4 to edit total though, because I think there's one for this week that I haven't just like edited and scheduled the video on YouTube yet. But like it's done and it's been sitting and waiting, but I got so busy doing other things this week. Okay, so I did Dinah. And this one took me 4 hours. It took a long time. I really like the colors though, like that I chose. Let's see. Picture. All right. This one was, I don't want to say easy. It was easy. But the pieces were just so super tiny. I usually use, let me just put these back. I usually just use my little roller to press. I took an iron to this one in the middle of the video. There was just too much. There was just too much on the back there. I just really needed a really flat surface to work with. And you can only do so much with that little roller. And I don't usually get the iron out for these just because I'd have to leave it on for so long. Like, granted, it took, I want to say like 45 minutes to cut out all the pieces. We're still looking at like 3 hours. I'd have to either leave it on or plug it in, unplug it, plug it in, unplug it. So I just like to use the little roller when I'm doing the videos. And it usually works great. But this one definitely needed the iron. And then I noticed a few more that when I go to make it, they'll need it too. So that's that. Let's see. 20 minutes-ish. A little less than 20 minutes. So let me get the board down. Okay, so blocks that are up right now on the channel are number 14, Betty. Number 15, Blossom. This one. Oh, I had to do that one twice. I still have not found any comments telling me where I went wrong. And until I do, I'm just going to say that I think those triangles were the wrong size. So, yeah, we're going to go with that because we're just going with that. All right. And then number 2, Amy. And I believe Blossom and Amy both have 2 parts. So they're like 5 videos total for this week, I think. I'd have to go back and look. So many of them are 2 videos because they take over 2 hours to make. And if it's going to take more than 2 hours, it's a lot in one video. And it's just easier to find your place. Like if you just, yeah, you do 1 or 2 hours, then you go to the next video. Whether it works or not, nobody's complained so far. So seems to be working. Okay. So coming up this week, we have number 41, Granny. And I always write on here how long it takes. And this one says 2 hours. And then these next two, I have 3 hours. So these next two probably have 2 videos each. Number 17, Bride. Clearly, I forgot to iron this one at the end. It's very poofy. Looks like a snow cone or an ice cream cone. It's called Bride. I'm assuming it's supposed to be a bouquet. Let me show it one more time. And then we have number 4, Anne. I really like this one. I love that mustard color. That's super cute. Yeah, so that is what we have coming up this week. So top row is already posted. Bottom row is coming this week. I love this one. It's very close to my high school colors. I think I told you that last week. I'm pretty sure I showed it last week. Okay. So let me mark that off. That I did Dinah and we did that. Okay. So I just want to remind everybody the schedule is up on the blog. And you can find that there will be a link in the description. And so you can go to the blog. There's no paywall. You can read the blog for free. And then I did turn on the YouTube community. So I had been going back and forth between like an Instagram hashtag or a Facebook group. I'm not a fan of social media. I try not to be on there. And apparently when I post, I cause controversies sometimes. So on my Facebook anyway. I decided to go with the YouTube community at the recommendation of a couple subscribers. And so I figured, honestly, if you're watching this, you're on YouTube. So we might as well just keep it all here on YouTube if possible. Hopefully they'll come out with a blog feature sometime so I can just like use it as a blog too. But the community is on. So feel free to take a picture of your blocks and go post it. And then I can see your blocks and I'll be so happy because, you know, we're making this together. And I'm just, I've only seen 1 subscriber's blocks so far and they're wonderful. And so I just kind of want to see like everyone else's. And if you're making anything else that I'm making, like Dear Jane, any Bear Paw quilt, like if you've done the flea market flowers that's up here, garden friends, I would love to see your stuff. You know, I know a lot of people use different fabrics and it's just so much fun to see everybody's stuff. And then everybody can see your stuff, you know? So it's not just me sharing that, it's like the whole community, which is why they call it a community. So yeah, let's share. I turned that on, so it'd be really cool to see everyone's stuff. Okay. We did that and that, the notes. Okay, all I have left in my notes is Bear Paw. And I'm going to talk about Bear Paw for a while because I just don't have a lot going on. Oh, before I talk about Bear Paw, the reason I didn't get a lot of sewing done this week is because I showed you last week I was making prayer Bibles for a couple of people that are just going through some really rough times. And I have one of them finished here. The other one already went to its new home. And I did take a video of it, but you know, I'm not going to go like insert that in here. It's pretty much the same as this one, but gray and just a little more of a vintage vibe because that friend really likes like vintage. So this is one I made this week. These have been taking seriously like 2 days to make. So this is this one, and this is a bookmark thing. It's like a tassel thing, and it has a little thing at the bottom. So I'm just going to show you this real quick. And so this just like comes out like that. So it's literally just a bookmark. And then I'm just so proud of these. And so there's a place for a picture, and then what all the different tabs are for, and then just like how to use it, some blank pages, and then I put a little like magnetic bookmark here, and then these are just like tabbed, and I just highlighted verses and put stickers in them, and that's like it. And surprisingly, this took 2 days. I even have some washi tape on, like the top tabs are like my favorite things. And so I just like put washi tape on the side and then a tab at the top, or like things that are too long to like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that's it. So that's what I've been doing. Hobby Lobby loves me right now because I shopped there. So yeah. So I have one more to make, but that one doesn't have to be done until like late March. And then I do have one more that I want to make. See, I like mine too though, even though it's just plain and simple. I'm pretty plain and simple. So the next one I make is actually a plain and simple one because it's for a guy. So it won't be all frilly and fancy. And then I do have like one more I think I want to make for another friend who's not really going through a hard time, but we're kind of maybe conspiring to start a little podcast or something. And so I might make one for her because I show her like everything, and she's like, well, maybe could you make me one? And I'm like, or she was like, what would you charge for those? And I'm like, I wouldn't, because they take a really long time to make. And like, I have them personalized to the person. So like this one has some of the same topics, but some of the topics are different because she's going through a totally different thing, and her life looks different than the other person, So yeah, anyways, so that's what I was doing this week while my hands were kind of recovering, and they're still not really recovered. They still hurt. Not as bad as they did, but they're still sore. So I probably won't be sewing for a few days. To be honest, I don't know if I'm going to sew at all this week. If they feel better tomorrow, I will probably go right back in and sew because I never learned my lesson. And, in 5 or 10 years, I'll probably have some irreversible injuries because I don't listen and I do what I want and I want to sew. And that's like all I want to do is sew. I could easily put all my projects on hold and go to my sewing machine and not have any problem. I just don't want to. Oh, I do. I still have my son's project. I really need to work on that. I just really don't like using my sewing machine. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I love it. There are some weeks where I just sit at my machine and sew and sew and sew, and I just whip out quilt tops and stuff and bags, and I really like making bags. But I'm in a hand sewing mood, and I have been for months and months and months, and ouch, it hurts. My hands hurt. I've even been wearing my little glove. This helps so much. And you do see me put it on in one of the videos I recorded this week. Or is it Dinah? Yeah, the one I showed you. When that comes out in like, is that 2 weeks? That's not next week already, is it? No. Yes? Anyways, when that comes out, you'll see me put this on towards the end because my hand starts cramping up. And it was so cold in my house because my house was built in 1900. So no matter what you do, it's just hard to heat it sometimes. And I don't like to leave the heat on all day on every floor. And it's just, I had an almost $500 heating bill because of the temperatures. So old houses, I swear. Oh my gosh. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There is, don't buy an old house unless you want really expensive heating bills. I guess if you have a really, really big house, but you know, you might have a bill that high, but I don't have a big house. Anyways, so you'll see me put on my glove. I actually do not like the color of these, but they work so well. They work really well. So they just kind of squeeze your hand. Anyways, I love that. Okay. I am in a rambling mood today. Okay. So what I did this week on Bear Paw. Got my basket. I swear I drop something out of this thing every time I show you guys. And I can never find what I dropped. There must be like safety pins or something from... Sometimes if I'm downstairs, I'll just throw safety pins if I find them in a quilt or something. Okay. Oh, so first off, let me show you real quick. So I have all these from the 2 bundles that I got. And these are, you know, the same prints as the other, you know, the others, but they're a different color. And so I was going to use these for the sashing. You can't really see, but I mean, the color goes great. So I was going to use this for sashing between the blocks. Now, I don't know how much I need because I haven't calculated all that out yet. So I can't say if I'll have enough or not, but let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I should have enough because this is like 4 yards worth of fat quarters. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So there's 16 fat quarters here. So I can't imagine I would not have enough to do sashing. I think there's only, 4, no, 5. No, 4. So there's 4 different prints. And so I will have to kind of figure out how I want it to go. Okay. So there's the different prints. And my favorite one, of course, this is my favorite. I think it's in the cream also. And it's my favorite. I love it. So yeah. So I have these. Actually, if I hold the basket up, see, I did it. It was a safety pin. It just fell out of the basket. So you can kind of see like how that'll go together. It'll be, I don't know. I think the color, I see. It's prettier in person, much prettier. But I think it'll make a good sashing. It's what I'm going to do anyway. And I'll probably make another one of these at some point. And so maybe I'll use a different sashing. So this is all the stuff I either like don't need or also need. So like I know I need these, but then I have all these fat quarters here I don't need, and I had bought too much of this, the creams, so I don't need those. And so I will probably do like a scrappy binding or a cream scrappy binding. So I will dig into this again. Maybe if I have enough of the cream, because then I don't have to cut into the fat quarters. I'm such a sucker for this. You know, last week I was raving on Kim Diehl and how much I love hers. And this week I'm like, oh, Cassidy Grace, you're the greatest designer ever. But she really is one of my favorites. She has a new collection coming out, which will match this collection like perfectly. And I don't know when it's coming out, but I'll definitely be getting it. And probably making another quilt like, I don't know, something classic, like a log cabin or, you know, because Bear Paw is classic. I didn't know when I started making it that it was a classic, but it's a classic. But yeah, so I will probably make another like classic traditional type quilt. So, I'm off track again, rambling again. We're at like 40 minutes. So I still have a little time to ramble. Okay, so what I did this week is I got this sewed on to the strip. Okay. And then I got these sewed on to the block. And I got that done for all the remaining ones. But then I still have these to sew together. And then this big stack to sew together. But I did get these sewn together. And that is just the one paw of the block. So there are 4 of these and I haven't ironed these yet. So yeah, I kind of have to pull that apart to get it flat. So I have not ironed these together yet. Now I did want to show, somebody asked how I decided like what goes with what. Oh no, I don't have one of those. I'm trying, some of these have doubles and some either don't, or the doubles are in here. So this one, the doubles are in here, and I'm not going to go searching for the other one. Let's see here. Okay. There's really no rhyme or reason to how I put them together. But so like I have the orange here. I just put it on this little board here. Okay, so I have this orange here and I chose this cream to go with it. But then on this one, I chose a different one. Okay, so even if there's, which way am I going? Here we go. Even if there are 2 different, or 2 of the same prints, which most of them, maybe all of them even have 2, they're going to have a different cream background. So I have those, and I kind of want to go through some of these. I vaguely remember somebody asking about Bear Paw, and I wrote it down to like talk about Bear Paw this week because of that. And so I'm just going to kind of go through and just show you like the ones I have finished. which I have to go through these. Okay, so we have red. Do I have another red one? Yes. Okay. This red one I paired with that little background there. And it is a directional print, but I did not worry about that. Okay, I worried about it only... I need my board again. Goodness. I only worried about direction for these right here. Oh, goodness. Okay. So for this one's going up, this one's going down, and those. As for these, I did not worry about it at all. Or I may have tried to worry about it and it didn't turn out right. But I really don't think I worried about it. Okay, and so for this one, I just chose a different background. Okay, so we went through those. What do I have now? Where did I put that? Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm lost. I'm totally lost. This one has pins in it. Okay. I'm not going to show the ones that have pins in it and stuff, because I'm having a hard enough time sorting out the ones that I already have finished. Alrighty. So next we have this one. And then this one has blue. And I have two more that I can only show. I don't have one of those. I do think I have one of these blues though. I do. Okay. And so this one I did blue on blue. Which, I mean, blue on white, white on blue, blue, it's all blue. And then for this one, I did those flower thingies. And again, I didn't care about direction. Okay, so those are all the ones I have sewed together that have a counterpart. And then I'm just going to go through these again because somebody said they wanted to see them or mention them or something. And I have shown these all before. And I just don't really care about the direction of how things are going. I know, like, I'm aware of some of these fabrics being directional, and honestly, I don't care because it's a scrappy quilt. And so again, with this one, with the exception of the cross in the middle, or an X if you hold it this way, I didn't care which way they're facing. Like these two top ones are facing up and the bottom corners are facing, one direction. To the right on the camera, but to the left on mine because I'm backwards. This whole room is backwards. So this is the Bear Paw, and this is what I worked on this week. And a lot of times I'll just put something away for a while and come back to it. I don't think I opened that one up fully. So I'll work on something for a while and then I'll just put it away for a while. And I worked on Bearpaw like every week for so long. And then I was just kind of like, I need a break. I just need a short break from it. So I took some time off and I focused on the farmer's wife and some other projects. I started Dear Jane. Oh, I love Dear Jane. I can't wait to get back to it. I'm so bummed out that my hands hurt, but all those tiny, tiny pieces, and having to cut out so many pieces, like with the scissors, I don't know. I do also have arthritis in my hands. It's just a family thing. We all have arthritis. I think I've had it since I was like 25 or something. Like, it's ridiculous. So you know, my grandma had it her whole life and she crocheted until she was like 85 or something. I mean, so we don't really let it stop us. I'm half Polish. We're stubborn people. And we just, you know, we just keep going. We keep going. We work hard. That's it's in our blood. So yeah. What was I talking about? Oh my goodness. It's Monday. What did my one subscriber say that one day? That I was really on the struggle bus. I'm there today. I'm on the struggle bus today. Okay, so I think I went over everything and then some. So yeah, I don't have anything else really to talk about. Yeah, I think this week I am going to focus on just getting some farmer's wife blocks done if I'm able. I maybe work on the Bear Paw. Like this week, I think I'll really focus on the farmer's wife because I just want to make sure that that content is there for you guys in the event that I can't sew for a while for some reason, or, you know, life happens. And every time I say life happens, life then happens. But, yeah. So I'm going to really focus on the farmer's wife and just getting those, you know, what I can get done. And then if I feel I can sew more, then I would probably work on Bear Paw. So yeah, that's all I got, guys. Sorry I don't have much to talk about this week, but maybe I'll have more next week and maybe not. But until then, I hope you guys have a good week and happy sewing. Bye.